Starting off, how oil spills happen. An oil spill is an unintended release of petroleum into the environment. Oil spills are most often caused by accidents involving tankers or barges. However, pipeline breaks and storage facility incidents have caused a number of big oil spills. Now, it's kind of hard to imagine how they happen, so we're going to show an example of a video that's simulating how oil spills can actually happen. Now, as we move on, the severity of an oil spill is influenced by the environment in which it happens and the type of weight of the oil that spills. These factors determine the extent of damage to the local ecosystems and difficulty of cleaning it up. Oil spills are harmful to plants, animals, and ecosystems, as well as people tasked with the cleanup efforts. Some effects of the oil spills are immediate, while others may not be felt for months or even years later. Even if oil spills are contained or cleaned up with most of the technical advanced methods, trace amounts of oil remain in the environment for decades. Now, how are humans impacted? Well, countries need bigger and bigger imports of oil because their size increases and the demand for energy and supply increases, therefore needing more oil for gas-powered cars, anything really gas-powered, use fossil fuels in day-to-day activities, cooking, etc. So when an oil spill happens, we don't get that transport of oil, so it leaves us without that oil. And when this oil is transported in giant cargo ships that go across the ocean, it can lead to many problems because of third world countries like Iraq, Pakistan. They have like pirates that go out and that can seize ships and hold us captive and take our oil for themselves. And also storms are a leading cause, and they cause major leakage if your ship's trapped in a bad storm. Also, oil spills negatively affect animals and the environment that we rely on for food and resources.
Gonna beat our bet, Tommy Jet.
Now, we have three examples of solutions provided. That's one in the US, one outside, and one global. The first one for the US would be the US Pollution Act, the EPA. Of 1999, streamlined and strengthened EPA's ability to prevent and respond to a catastrophic oil spill. A trust fund financed by a tax on oil is available to clean up spills when the responsible party is incapable or unwilling to do so. And the second one is outside the US, so it's Norway. Norway established a Norwegian Class C association for operating companies. It's referred to as the NOFO, which is responsible for maintaining preparedness against acute pollution from oil and chemical spills. They've also implemented strict regulations of offshore exploration and production activities. Now, our last example, a global one, is the International Convention on Oil Pollution Preparedness, Responsibility, and Cooperation, the OPRC. The OPRC Convention provides a framework for international cooperation, preparing for and responding to oil pollution incidents. It has been ratified by over 100 countries, including maritime nations such as the United States, China, Japan, Russia, and many European countries. Oil spills can be very harmful to wildlife. The fumes of oil are very toxic for the animals to inhale. When animals groom themselves or feed, they can ingest oil and can put their life at risk. Oil can also coat animals' fur or feathers, which can lead to hypothermia and a loss of buoyancy. Now, the careers involved with oil spills. For cleaning up oil spills, the Coast Guard is mostly the career involved with it at coastal waters and deep ports. And then also there's crew members, cadets, and captains of barges, tankers, and cargo ships that transport the oil. What sacrifices does the human society need to make to fix oil spills? Well, our first one would be reducing reliance on oil. This could involve transitioning to alternative energy sources such as renewable energy and changing our consumption patterns. Moving on, implementing stricter regulations and safety standards. This could include placing more stringent requirements on the oil industry to prevent spills from occurring in the first place, and holding companies more accountable for those spills when they do occur. A third one would be allocating resources. Cleaning up and preventing oil spills can be costly and may require relocating resources from other areas, such as reducing military spending or increasing taxes. Four would be behavioral changes. Simple changes in behavior such as properly disposing of used oil, supporting companies with strong environmental records, and advocating for policy changes can help prevent oil spills and reduce their impacts. 5 would be global cooperation. Oil spills are a global problem, and addressing them will require international cooperation, which may involve sacrifices in terms of national interests and sovereignty. The cost and safety and cultural impacts of the project. Well, it's very difficult to estimate the cost of an oil spill in the world, as the cost can very greatly depend on factors like the size of the spill, location, and type of oil, and cleanup methods used. For example, let's use the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. That happened in 2010. It cost an estimated $14 billion to clean up, while smaller spills can cost anywhere from tens of thousands to millions of dollars. Additionally, some oil spills may not be fully cleanable, and long-term environmental impacts can persist even after the cleanup efforts are concluded. This was our human impact project of oil spills, and the sources are listed below.